Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on YouTube? What's going on Facebook? Welcome to the Bearded Man Chronicles. This is episode 3. Out with the old and in with the new. What's up? What's up? All right. Give me one quick second. All right, y'all. Now, you know I can't do this by myself, so I'm going to introduce my amazing panel. So, the first person I'm about to bring in is Shay. So, everybody, welcome Shay to the show. Hey, what's up, baby? What's
Hello.
going on?
Not much. Happy
Looking
New
good.
Year, almost.
I know. Happy pre New Year. The next person I'm bringing in is my main man, Gio.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, what's up, bro? I see you. Looking
Hey,
kind of
Chico.
spiffy.
Hey, what's good?
All
Let's
right.
get it.
I'm about to add this next beauty to the stream. Everybody, welcome Sheena.
You're so sweet.
Hey,
Hey
What's up,
guys.
baby?
how
How
you
you doing?
doing?
How you feeling? How
I'm
y'all
great. How are
doing?
you guys?
Damn, y'all looking good.
That's you.
Well, thank you.
Nah,
Thank
nah,
you.
nah. That's all you guys.
I
So
love the
listen,
blue.
guys. Before we go into our topic, I want to know what y'all drinking on tonight.
I'm wine.
I have ginger beer, and it's
Oh,
good.
ginger beer.
I
Good.
promise next show I'm gonna have an alcoholic drink. I promise. But it's Dasani today.
I
Okay,
barely made it. When I say I barely made it, I had to rush to the store.
I'm drinking on some Don Julio and lemon juice.
Oh, you're gonna have some fun tonight.
Oh yeah, some fun, some fun,
Hey,
some
hey.
fun. All right, so guys, we're gonna do our icebreaker. Uh, to the viewers, if you guys, to make this a more interactive stream, always drop a comment. Be interactive with us, participate. Okay. So as you guys know, New Year's coming up. Everybody had these resolutions, these New Year resolutions, right? Um, so do you guys believe in New Year resolutions? Tell me about that. Gio, we're gonna go with you first.
You know, it depends on the year, honestly. Sometimes I'll be like, do it. Other times I'll be like, forget about it because you're not gonna do it anyway. But I think ideally you should have some kind of goal to kind of want to set for yourself for the new year. But it's obviously tough to stick with it. But I always try to have something in mind. So yeah, I agree. I do believe in them. Okay, Shay, Sheena.
Shay.
Mm, I believe in New Year resolutions. I don't believe in dieting. So you can, to me, I feel like that dieting is like a whole setup for you to fail. So I would rather start in November than to say I'm going to start in January. It just seems so, I don't know, cliche, I guess. But I mean, saving money, setting goals to be a better person, building relationships. I really think those are obtainable goals, and you can definitely do what is it called again? A New Year's resolution. But as far as losing weight, nope. I don't think anyone should set that goal at all or a resolution.
All right, Shayna, what about yourself?
So I don't really so much have New Year's resolutions. I just kind of try to set a few goals that are obtainable, like trying to be better than the year before. That's about it. As far as education or whatever I decided I want to do for the year, I try to stick to those things. And saving money. That was one of my resolutions, if you want to call it that. But other
Always
than
good.
that, I don't, you know, I have this system where I save money and at the end of the year I take a trip. Even though I travel, throughout the year, but that
That's
last
what's
trip of
up.
the year is paid for just from saving twos and fews.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
that's what's
Mhm.
up. Well, myself, I don't believe in New Year resolutions. I think I've learned from the past. I think if you are one of those people that like to set, New Year's resolution, you have to make sure that they are attainable, and realistic. Don't, and I think that's why a lot of people get discouraged because they set these expectations, these high expectations that's unattainable. So you tell yourself, well, I'm gonna lose 70 pounds. 70 pounds is a lot. Start with I'm gonna lose 10 and then work your way into it. And I think a lot of people before January is over with, they didn't forgot about their New Year's
The whole
resolution.
January.
You got discouraged.
Young Wolf Cub said, "Hey, McCullen Hunt said you should always have goals year round and not just at the end of the year. And the people who make all those goals half the time never even remember or do them. Might I add, that is my 18-year-old son.
What's
So
up, Mac?
thanks for watching.
What's up, young wolf? Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.
But yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like, I don't set these crazy goals like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. If it happens, if it just so happens where I may be in a funky relationships with someone, and I say, you know what, this year I'm gonna do better at building a better relationship. Yeah, but I just don't come to the end of the year and have all of these goals and expectations. However, I do believe in vision boards at the end of the year because, like Gio said, you should have something that you want to obtain differently that next year around. So to me, a vision board is a little bit different than setting those ambitions of, I want to do this, I want to do that. So that's my personal opinion on it.
That makes sense.
So think about a time you did set a New Year's resolution. What were you successful on? I know for me, I can remember in 2015, I told myself starting 2016 is when I had begun my educational journey. And I told myself, listen, I'm no longer going to put it off. This is something I'm going to do. And I stuck with it. So that's one of my, I guess, resolutions that I set for myself that I actually kept. And I'm very proud of myself that I was able to, 6 years later, have 3 degrees. And I first started in 2016. So, yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So what was one goal or something that you set out that you look back and say, yeah, I'm proud of myself for actually getting through with that? Any of you? Nobody?
Well, mine was I always set a goal that I wanted to not make my son go to college, but encourage him to further his education. And, I didn't push it down his throat. That was a goal that I set years before he was even able to even spell his name. And
I think
And
she's freezing up a little.
the rest to be continued.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there she back.
am I back?
He back.
I'm
That
sorry.
was a lie.
But yeah, so I was happy about him going to school and actually, further his education. And I didn't have to make him. I just put it in him and I kept constantly fed him what it was to just get an education or get something, whether it was a trade. I really didn't care at that point. I just wanted him to be more than just working.
Yeah.
And he does have an education. So, and further his education. So I'm happy about that.
Good for you. Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Nobody else had something that they kind of put out there and they succeeded at it, though?
Other than ending a toxic relationship, nope.
Hey, that's a resolution.
It definitely was.
This year, this
I
shit
said I'm
gonna
happy
end.
to into the new year, and that was the goal, and that was successful.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
What about you, Gio? Is it
I
one
couldn't
thing
think of
that you
anything.
You
I
can't?
couldn't think of anything specific. Yeah, mine have always been like the fitness things, the typical stuff like that, and you know how it is. 2-3 months in, you're like, forget it. So
Right.
I can't think of anything. So 2022, what's up?
I know that's right. Yes, I'm ready.
That's what's up. All right, y'all. So we can go ahead with our topic. So, as you guys know, we're gonna discuss our highs and our lows for 2021. Right? We about to close it out with a bang. So I got a list of questions for us in random order. Right? And also, viewers, be sure to chime in as well. So, what was the single best thing that happened to you this year? I can go first. I can think of the single best thing that happened to me this year was I was able to attain my master's degree. So I'm very elated. I was very elated that
You
I
should be. Yeah.
accomplished that. It was a very difficult journey, but a very rewarding journey at that. So that's one single thing that I can say that actually happened to me that I'm proud of.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Gio, what about yourself?
That's 2 words. Debt free, baby.
Hey,
Oh, that's awesome.
Paid off them credit cards, paid off the car, like Yeah, so that was big for me. So I'm happy for that. So
Congratulations,
short and
yeah.
sweet.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you, thank you,
So
thank
you
you.
got some extra money you're gonna buy my Mac
Your
computer?
laptop, I got you. I got you.
Me and Shay's mics.
Right.
Right.
Everybody needs mics and computers. I got you. I'm gonna log on Best Buy right now.
Shay, what is that
Sheena,
one?
what about you?
Go
Okay.
ahead.
I actually got a doggy, and that was something new for everybody in my family because my mom raised 5 daughters, and we never had pets or any of those things. Like we had like fish, maybe a bird or two, but no dogs, no cats, or anything like that. So I have a doggy. He is a Chihuahua. His mom was a Chihuahua. His dad is a Yorkie. So
Mm.
they call it a Chorky.
Oh,
He's so cute though, right? But it's funny because he has taught me patience and love, you know, how to love something other than myself being single, you know, with no kids and stuff. So I am enjoying it. His character, his personality is just too much for me. He's so tiny and cute though. But yeah, so that was something new for me.
new mommy.
Yeah, I'm still
Right.
adjusting to that. And yeah, that was one thing for sure.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Mine was my son graduating from high school. That was a
Hey.
big thing. You know, he unfortunately went to Oxford where the shooting was a couple of weeks ago, and it really hit home. It was really a traumatic moment for me because he had just got out of there 3 months, 4 months prior to that. So you know, him graduating from high school and going to college and not having to go through anything like that was my proudest moment. I don't even think he realized how happy I was when he walked across the stage and got his diploma. So,
Wow.
you know, for African American man in 2021, you know, in a predominantly 90% Caucasian high school, it's a scary moment. And it's a fear that no mother can understand unless she raised an African American man. So I'm just very proud and happy of him.
Of
Hey.
course. Oh wow. Yeah. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, DeAndre, in the comments?
Hey
Um,
DeAndre.
so it's safe to say that we all did our thing. We all had had some highs, some really great highs in this year. And not to be a Debbie Downer, we're gonna go into what was one of our most challenging moments of 2021 with the pandemic still going on. Um, One for me was like the day after I completed my master's, my aunt passed away, which was a very tumultuous time, for my family. And, that was very challenging because I know firsthand how it is not to have a mom. And, it was just a very sad time. So that was one of the most challenging um, things that happened to me this year was the passing of my aunt.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
My
Thank you.
condolences.
Appreciate you guys. Gio.
Just still dealing with the pandemic. Like it's still affecting us, and now it's back on the rise again. So, just how that kind of changes things, how you see people, and also the same with me. I lost a few people this year too.
Wow.
Some as a result of the pandemic, and some for other reasons. As you get older, you realize people start leaving a lot sooner. So
Yeah.
that was a bit of a challenging thing. So I didn't. There was some people I never would have thought would be no longer with us, and they're gone now. So it's unfortunate. So
So sorry.
Yeah. Sheena, go ahead.
Oh, okay, sure. So I had a challenge this year regarding employment. I had taken a position that I thought I really wanted. It's so funny when you're like searching for a job and that, and especially if it's a company you really think you want to work for. And then you get the opportunity and you realize that the managerial style and just the way that they run the company is totally different than what you thought it would be. So I had to make a decision to leave a job. It was almost 6 figures. And I didn't even have a job at the time, but I had to stand my ground and make a statement that I'm not here for your amusement. And I meant that. So I left the position, and 2 weeks later I was working with a company that I really wanted to work for. I didn't even realize that the position was available. A recruiter reached out to me from LinkedIn, I believe. And so now I'm working for a company that I love the job,
Good.
everything. But when I left the company that I thought I wanted to work for, I didn't even have a position. So that was it was a really dark moment for me, but it didn't take but a couple weeks to regain my confidence, and I was back.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
what's up.
Right.
Kudos to you for stepping out on faith like that. That's a
Yeah.
scary thing. So
And it
Right.
You gotta have
Thank
faith for the size of a mustard seed.
absolutely.
Definitely. And having the confidence
Yeah.
yeah.
to do what you felt in your heart was the right thing to do, no matter what the circumstances look like. So
Yeah.
that was
Thanks,
good,
guys.
Sheila.
It was tough, but
Yeah.
I made it.
But you chose your happiness.
I
And
did.
that's what's most
Yes.
important.
I did.
Yes.
I did. It was terrible. I felt like when I interviewed for the position, I felt like it was a 3-panel, and I felt like 2 of them wanted me, but the one that didn't was the team that I was on, and he was just making my life a living hell. That's the honest God truth.
Wow.
Just calling me at 7 a.m. saying, "Turn on your camera. I need to talk to you. Are you up? Are you dressed? What are you doing? I want to talk to you. Turn on your camera." And his camera's not even on. I was like, "Oh hell no. He's not about to, oh hell no."
You said not today.
Cyberbullying me.
That's
Wow,
Crazy.
Yeah.
that's crazy. But guess what? When one door closed, another one open.
That's a
Amen.
fact. That's a fact.
Amen.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
My hardest challenge or worst challenge, or however you want to word it, was deciding to have to move back home after I had relocated away from Michigan. I'll always be a Michigander at heart, but I'm so ready to leave that place. So my job actually has me there now. So it was a really hard decision to make. And, I really tried to, for a whole year almost, I traveled back and forth, sometimes weekly, flying, driving, catching a bus. It was just all types of, transportation that I was doing to keep my relationship with my partner and my work relationship. And I'll be relocating next week. So, that's like a New Year's thing for me.
So you coming back to Michigan, huh?
Yeah. But that was the hardest challenge for me into
Okay.
2021 to make that decision that I got to go back. And it was what it was. So I'm looking forward to brighter days.
Absolutely.
Well,
Well,
welcome
welcome
back.
back, because we're here.
Welcome
Right.
back to the Motor City,
Right.
the home of the potholes.
Feels like I never left.
Oh my God, pothole.
That's not
A
nice.
mess.
That's not nice.
I
It ain't
love
that many potholes. They fixing them up a little bit. 75 is
They
fancy.
fix them every year. That's their
I
job
mean-
every year.
They do.
They fix them every year.
And tear them up every
75
year.
Job
too.
security. That's their job security.
Yeah.
Job security for the city workers.
Right.
The
Back
city
it
and
up a
state
little
workers.
bit. Leave us a little bit of work for next year.
Right.
So this next question is going to be it's very thought provoking. So, what is the one thing that's been on your mind that you have yet to accomplish? Something that's really been on my mind is becoming a father. Lately, I had just been getting bit by the baby bug. Like, I really, it's nothing that I want more than to become a father.
I love
So
it.
that's been on my mind. So we'll see what 2022 what happens in that year next year.
Any of the ladies offering, to be a surrogate? No.
Hey, no, but you know what? Also, too, I'm also open to adoption. I'm also
Okay.
open
I
to.
thought about that.
I'm also open to that. You know, yes, I want to bring my, have my own offspring into the world. However, there's a lot of children out here that does not have a home that need a home, and so I'm open to both. But it's really been on my mind to become a father, become a dad.
I think you would be awesome at being a dad.
Yes.
Okay.
I would love to see it. Just the house
I'm gonna have to
clean
go
thing.
school my
I would love
poor
to see
niece.
it.
She
Or
gonna be
just-
sitting in the corner with books on her head. Like,
Right.
One leg in the air.
Don't move.
know 8 different languages.
She'll be like, Daddy, can I have some oatmeal? You mean porridge?
Gracias, de nada.
Right.
Yes, and he's not joking.
What
That's
about
funny.
you? What about you, Jill?
For me, I mean, really the thing I want to do the most is start my own business. Like, I have the knowledge, I have the know-how, I have the experience. It's just time to put it into action. And I've done small things here and there in the past, but like for me in my mind, it's like 2022. It's time to really like put the gas, because I don't trust corporate America. You know what I mean? And I think that you should always have multiple streams of income. So.
Amen.
And I feel like we're in a time in the world where there are so many opportunities for us all around. You know, you can start a business today. Like, so I have things in the works already, but I really want to put the pedal to the metal on that for 2022. So that's where I'm at.
Cool.
That's good. I think that's going to work out just fine.
I think so
Thank
too.
you. Thank you.
And I'm always here if you need me. You got a brother here.
I appreciate it. And put you to work. No, I'm just kidding. Shay, what about you, girl? What's up?
I started writing a book, not really a deep book, but how to create an A player for work. And I want to finish that manual book, sort of. I want it to be an instruction book, but I want it to be in a form of a manual instead of trying to be a regular book like everyone else has. And I started it and I kind of got sidetracked with everything else. And I really put my job over my own personal needs. And I really have to work on putting my own personal needs over my job. Not saying that I won't give 100%, but I think sometimes I put more than 100% into my work at work. And I lack with my own personal wants and desires. So I need to be able to measure those out evenly. And I really, really, really plan on working hard in 2022, putting my wants and needs at the top of the list, just like my career. So that's
Nice.
what I'm working on. Yep.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to do when you're just a hardworking person, right?
It is extremely hard. And I've been in a lot of leadership groups on Facebook. And that was one of the questions I asked. How do you prioritize your own wants and your own desires and dreams when you're so adamantly passionate about your own work at work? It's like it's hard to measure it out. And I find myself, because I think it pays the bills, I put more, I feel like I owe them more, so I tend
Mm.
to kind of let my own wants and my own needs and desires kind of go to the wayside, because I say, hey, well, I wouldn't be able to do this if they wasn't paying me. So, I kind of rationalize in my head why I do what I do to compensate for my lack in my own wants and my own needs. And I really have to get out of that, because I beat myself up all the time about not giving enough at work. I need to do this, I need to do that. And a lot of people be like, what do you do? Do you live here? Because Kevin always says, oh my God, you're always at work. You're never at home. Because I pour so much of myself into my career. Yeah.
Wow. I've never heard somebody justify it like that, but that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that
This
you
brain of
recognize
mine,
it.
Yeah.
this brain of mine goes a million miles an hour, and it's hard. What is that? Saison?
Hey, what's up, Peter?
Hello.
What's going on?
How are you?
This is
Go ahead, Sheeta.
Okay, so for me, it's the cliche weight loss, but I have to. It's something that I know that I must do. And I've been losing some pounds, but not 100, right? So I got to do better with my routine as far as what I'm doing to lose weight. It's kind of tough working remote. I have to literally make myself, I get dressed every day just because. And I make sure I go and take a drive, even if I don't get out the car, because working remote in Michigan when the weather is not good and with it being a pandemic, it's kind of hard to get out the house, and it's just me. So it's like, I will go crazy. I get cabin fever and stuff. So I've been trying to have a routine so that I can feel like I'm doing, doing the things that I need to do to get some exercise. But in my family, a lot of the women is not, they don't really have longevity, and not just from being overweight, because not all of us are, but that is a real issue. My mother passed when she was 66. My oldest sister passed when she was 45. So it gets scary to know that, they aren't even living to 70. So that's something that I definitely want to get better at. It's tough though, but I'm going to do better. And I've been doing better, but yeah.
Good. You look good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
you look good.
Thank you.
My girl, you can and you will. Let's change the verbiage. You will do
Thank
better.
you, Gio. Yeah.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Yeah. I've been doing it, but just not enough, I gotta do better.
Good.
Yeah.
Cezanne said, how are we? This is his first time joining. Well, welcome.
Hi, welcome. Yeah, we're
What's
glad
up?
to
What's
have
up?
you.
Promise you
Yes.
haven't missed much.
Glad to have you, man. So
Thanks
listen,
for
guys,
watching.
what was the most enjoyable part about work, both professionally and at home? Um, Professionally is being able to wake up, um, being able to dress from the bottom up and not have to fully dress.
The
Oh man,
shoulders up, right?
right. And so, just working in your underwear is like amazing for me. But yeah, that was one of my most enjoyable parts, and it still is. And even on this live, it feels good to just be able to dress up.
Kevin's image is killing me, yo.
Man, my internet is crazy. AT&T.
Oh my God.
I
Go
thought I
ahead.
was the only one that was seeing it. I was trying to
No.
take a screenshot discreetly, okay?
Go ahead, Gio.
Yeah, working from home has been incredible. I've really tried to, especially in the last few months, really tried to make it work for me as well. So like I've made sure that I set aside time every day to work out, like, and to take my lunch or whatever and get a workout in. I set it up so that I would have everything I needed to do here at home. So I'm making that time for myself to get that in. If I had to go to the gym and do all that, that would just add, it would just be more likely for me to say no to it. So I set it up to where I got it here. So when lunchtime comes, I can get that workout in. And I just feel so much better about my day, getting my own things accomplished for me as well as for work. So I love the flexibility of that. So that's how it's been for me.
Cool.
Sheena?
So I'm a people's person. So I miss being in the office. I miss going to people's desk and talking with them and going to lunch and whatever like that. Like that personal contact or that person to person contact is important for me. And even though I've been working remote for almost 4 years, I do, before the pandemic, I do still have an office and I can go into the office. And so it's been different, something to get used to. Again, that flexibility is nice, but when you live by yourself, yeah, I just I like having the option to go to the office too. But it's it's been an adjustment and working through it, but I like the options, It's different. It's one thing to work from home because you want to, but to work from home because you have to is like, okay, I'll make it work, but but yeah, it's working out.
Right.
Cool.
Okay. That's what's up. One of the viewers said, Pete said, he gets ready to head to the gym and remember that the pandemic is back in full effect. So he just ends up staying at home. And he said you have to focus on diet, which is important.
Yes.
You have to
Hello.
focus on diet. If the pandemic didn't do anything, they know how to put some pounds on you. I tell you that.
Lord Jesus. She is
That's true.
Man.
Oh my
So
God.
true.
And Instacart is my best friend.
Instacart,
I
DoorDash.
love Instacart.
I mean, you name it. Anything that can bring you anything you don't have to leave out
Yeah,
is my best friend. Okay.
The
Yeah.
world of convenience, yes.
Diet is very hard, Cezanne. That's probably I could probably work out before I could diet. Diet is that thing where everything that's bad for you is amazingly good.
Hmm.
And everything that's good for you is awkwardly nasty. So it's kind of like you can find those, things here and there that's you can say, wow, it's really good. It's a healthy food. But for the most part, if you think about it, you don't want to snack on Brussels sprouts. You want to snack on French fries. You know, when you wake up in the middle of the
Right.
night, you don't want to eat an orange. You want to eat a
Some
cup of
hot
ice
Cheetos.
cream with fudge
Right.
on it and sprinkles on it. So I think my issue is the diet part, you know, with Cezanne thing. I can work out all day, but my diet sucks. I'm horrible at diets. So I
Mhm.
hate them. And I just wish God would make a magic pill for all of us to take. Okay.
I feel you on that. You be rich, girl. Invent that.
KJ, repeat the question for me.
Uh,
Okay.
what was the most enjoyable part professionally? You know, work at home or just professionally. What was the most enjoyable part? Well, you got a promotion.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I got a promotion. It was a
Yay.
unexpected promotion that I was asked for, asked to take, and eventually I agreed. At first, I was kind of on the borderline. The money was amazing, but I didn't know if I was ready for that opportunity. And I took it, and I am like blossoming in it, full
Yay.
speed, 1,000 per, 1,000 percent. It's really allowed me to um, confront my fears. I've never been one to verbally address my fears. You will never know I'm afraid. You'll never know I'm nervous. I can give you a poker face in an interview. I can give you poker face in the front of a million people. But I'm talking about my toes that be like this, and you won't know it. So taking this position, my toes was like this, but my mind was like you, Sheena. Like, look, this is for me. I deserve it. If I don't know it, I'm smart enough to learn it. I'm gonna figure it out, and it's gonna be good. And I've been straight. It's been so good that they've been talking about moving me again. And I'm
Okay.
like, wait. But I have enjoyed it. I have
You
enjoyed
deserve
it,
it.
and it's good. So that was one of
Yeah.
my most happy moments and accomplishments this year.
Amen.
I love it. Absolutely.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you.
And you never know what you can do until you actually try. You know, that's something that I realized. Like I've been in that situation where I start a new job and I'm not sure, or I don't feel confident about it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then once you're there, you're like, oh, okay, you just do this, you do this, okay, and then it just makes sense. But we
Yeah,
always
my,
had that
my
initial
boss told me
fear,
that.
like,
Yeah, she told me that I
Mhm.
always beat myself up. And she's like, why do you keep telling yourself that you can't do this? Like, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I was afraid at first, but once you kind of get into it, like Gio said, it's like easy breezy. You begin to
For
pick up
sure.
stuff. And I hadn't used, Excel is one of those things where if you don't use it, you lose
You'll
it.
lose it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I kind of, got it, and it began to really make sense and go, everything. So I was happy about that.
Yeah.
Good.
We
That's
are our own worst critics.
we are.
Yes.
We are our
And
own
you're the
worst
only
critics.
one that know. Normally other people don't know unless you show them or you tell them, You were the only one who knew it was something new for you.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. You're
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's the natural to be hard on yourself, but you got this.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
And then like we have this natural expectation that we're supposed to know everything day one. It's like no, like,
Exactly.
you got to be trained, you got to
It
be
takes
taught.
time. Yeah. Oh, we
Exactly.
Yeah.
lost Shay.
Oh, we lost her. Man down, man down.
She gave us our words and bounce.
Right. So listen, what was the biggest thing that you learned about yourself this past year? One thing that I learned, and actually, I actually
That's
mimicked
it.
Sheen on this. I found out that I'm comfortable with traveling by myself. I had never traveled by
Mm.
myself, but this year I was getting it in. And
Oh,
because sometimes when you want to travel, sometimes waiting on people to get their ticket or people to get off work, you really want to go. So I've learned, like, listen, I'm gonna go anyway. I'm gonna pay my stuff, and whoever can tag along, tag along. Whoever can't, they just can't. So, going forward to next year, I look forward to traveling. Even if I have to travel alone, I feel, I had this kind of fear, like, I went travel alone. Here it is. I'm looking at Sheena. She's a female and she's going all over the country, all, going around the world and yah, yah, yah. And so I'm like, nah, I can do this. And
Absolutely.
I enjoy myself. I'm a people's person. So what's that saying? You never meet a stranger. So I can travel somewhere, go somewhere, and next thing you know, look, I got a friend and they can show you around in different places. So that's one thing I
Absolutely.
learned. I was proud of myself that I was able to travel by myself.
I
Absolutely.
was proud of you too for traveling by yourself.
Yeah.
And you seem
Yeah.
like you had a lot of fun.
I did. You work too much, so she already
Listen,
gone. And
I
Right.
just
I'm already booked. Right. Absolutely. I love traveling by myself. I think it's a way to build character. It's one of those things where you have to make decisions no matter what, whether they're good or bad, and you have to live with it. So I love it. I meet some of the nicest people. I meet so many people that I can tell somebody like, I'm going to be in such and such. I'm going to be here. Are you available? Oh yeah, I'll meet you there. So it is a way to build character and meet some of the nicest people that like to do the same things that you enjoy. So I love it. I have met some really nice people. I'm going to a birthday party next month from some people I met in Mexico.
really,
That's dope.
wow.
Yes, she's turning 68, and her husband invited me. So I was like, okay. I told her I was coming. She didn't believe me. And
Man, you be
I said
young.
I booked my flight and everything. They're like, you're really coming? I said, yeah, I'll be there. Oh yeah, I'm going next month.
They said in the comments, my dude, he got the quiet storm voice. Who? Which one? He's probably talking about Geo. Geo trying to, put on his little
Oh man.
FM 98
Oh yeah, he do.
WGLV.
He definitely got a
Welcome.
quiet storm voice. They talk about Gio.
Welcome to the show.
So, what was one of the biggest things that you learned about yourself besides traveling, Sheena? What is one thing that you really was in tune about yourself this year?
I'm learning a bit more patience with people.
Nice.
I used to have this thing where you didn't get a second chance, right? But I realized that that's unfair. So this year I've had a lot more patience with people that I love. Um, and that's all I can say about that. I'm working through it. And I'm sure it comes with just the pain of being let down so many times. But I'm getting better, and it feels good, to not take things so personal, or just to understand that people are who they are, and you have to you have to love them, but for the same reason, you don't have to deal with them too. But yeah, so just more patience.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go with Shay before her internet go out again.
it was people. It
Oh,
Man down, man down.
so my computer is touchscreen, and I think one day I pressed it too hard, so now it jumps over in the left hand corner, and when it
Mm.
jumps, it exits out the system. So yeah, it's my screen. I gotta go get it looked at. But yeah, that was my computer. I'm sorry, I missed the whole question because my
What was the
computer
big?
kept.
What was the biggest thing that you learned about yourself this year?
Um, that I really am intelligent. I think I
Okay.
underplayed my knowledge, my computer knowledge, my just critical thinking. I really underplayed myself, and I really made myself be in the back when I should have been in the front.
Mm.
So you know what I'm saying, sometimes I dummied myself down, or I didn't want to seem like I was a know-it-all, or I had all the answers. So I would dummy myself down. I wouldn't answer the questions. I wouldn't say anything. I would just sit in the back and just be quiet. And I realized that it's okay. You know what I'm saying? If you got it, you got it.
Hmm.
And it's not your fault that you're knowledgeable of whatever it is. And I realized that I really am smarter than what I look. So I've used
Then what you
So,
look,
so you are smarter than a fifth grader.
I
you
am
look,
definitely smart.
You know,
Some
sometimes
of those questions, though.
people will judge you off of like, okay, well, you're pretty, so you got the job. You black, so you got the job. You cool with them, so you got the job. And not really understanding that you got whatever it is because you deserved it. Because you really put the work in, because you was knowledgeable of whatever the processes were. So it's like, don't take what a person looks like and tally it up to, okay, they got this because of this. You know, it was because I really was intelligent and I knew the job and what it I held the qualifications of what was needed. And I believe that, I most definitely deserved it 100%. And I learned that about myself. I also learned that I would stay in the background. And you don't have to do that. It's
Right.
okay to be okay with knowing it. And it
Right.
doesn't mean that it equivalates to a know it all. It just means you know it. And it's okay to step in and be unapologetic about it.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's it.
All right. Let's see. One of the viewers said, "Kidja, you looking dapper," and then you pull out a red plastic cup. You need a listen, man. I got listen. I got
Oh my God, I love it.
next show. I'll pull out the wine glass. Go ahead, Gio. What was the biggest thing you learned about yourself this past year?
For this one, I put down two things. The first one was, to make yourself a priority. There's so many other things in our lives that call for us and we make time for, but we're always the last thing that we focus on. We put so much time in our job and in friendships and relationships, and it's like you as a person get pushed to the wayside. And so this year I've really been mindful of that, and also just saying no. You know what I mean? Like, people ask me for things or favors and to do stuff, and I just say no. Like, there's other things I could be doing for myself. So that was big for me this year. And it just goes into my second thing, was just like peace over everything. Like, I'm not a dramatic person. I don't like drama, and I'm not afraid to cut people out of my life who bring that to it. So if you're not bringing good energy, good vibes, like, you got to go, because I don't need it. So
Definitely got to choose yourself first. I like that.
Yes.
yeah, we work so hard, like in other things, like Shay working so hard for her job, but you got to find time to reinvest in yourself, because you need to continue to grow as a person,
Yeah.
to do greater and bigger things. But if all your time and energy is just focused in one direction, then are you growing like you could be? So level up. That's all I'm saying. Anytime you can.
Love it.
That's what's up.
Definitely got to find that life-work balance. That's important.
Exactly.
But how do you find that though? Because sometimes it's so hard to find that.
You have to make
It takes
yourself a
discipline.
priority
It says, no, I'm not going to watch Netflix for this hour and do something productive.
to benefit my life. Yeah.
Like, it's just about choice. Shay's like, I'm not here for that. It's tough. It's tough.
I think it's easier, and I'm not saying that none of you don't do it. I think it's easier said than done when, depending on what field you're into. You do have jobs where when you go home, you can literally turn off from work. Whereas if you're a manager and you're over 200 plus people, you're over 25 supervisors, you don't have the ability to turn work off. You can't say, I'm not going to answer my work phone. You can't say, I'm not going to answer my email. So it's extremely difficult, depending on what your career is, how well you can manage self-care and work care. It's extremely, extremely
You
hard.
have to make it a priority, though. That's why you delegate tasks.
Amen.
You're only one person. Even if you manage 200 people or supervise 300 people, you still have. That's why you have assistant managers, supervisors. You have to delegate some of those tasks. You're only one person.
Amen. I think we'd be good if we ran a company. If we was all in leadership, I can see our company being like a Fortune 500 company. I really do. I think you guys are so
I think we
talented
can
and
do
smart.
anything we put our minds to. I agree.
Amen. The comment said, P said, one thing for me, which is unfortunate, is how many racist people live in the world. when he moved to New York to Florida, he was called the N word.
Wow.
Wow. How do you put a positive spin on that? How do you put a positive spin on that of a negative situation like that? Ooh, man, that's a good one. He said he resulted in anger and borderline violence. Um, I mean, I've never been called that, but I know how my mind work. I go to 0 to 10. I'll probably be getting arraigned right now. I mean, but all jokes aside, I mean, it all boils down to knowing who you are. You know, we got
Mhm.
ignorant people out here in the world, and some things we just can't do. One thing we can't control is ignorance, and
Mhm.
so because we live in this crazy world, we have to practice um, patience. Because if you just act in impulse, that impulse can get you in a world of trouble. Just knowing who you are as a person and just keeping it moving. Sometimes I've been called certain names, not that word. I just laugh. I laugh because they ignorant. They have no idea who I am. So I mean, that's one way I look at it. You just laugh. Sometimes you have to take things with a grain of salt. You know, resorting to anger and violence should be our last resort because that's what they want us to do.
Mhm.
And that's giving a person control over you. And that's something I would not allow as somebody to have control over me. They say these words to entice us to make us feel a certain way. But let them call us a name and we smile and say, thank you, I appreciate it. They're gonna feel stupid.
Now,
So go ahead.
was that from a coworker or a customer, Pete? Who called him an N-word? Was that on the job, or I mean, was it somebody he worked with, or was it a customer? I mean, I think it would make a difference. But I would say from a customer or client standpoint, obviously you can't take things like that personal over where
Yeah,
you get your bread and butter. But if it was a coworker, I would expect for the company to handle it accordingly
right.
because that's unacceptable.
Okay.
But yeah.
Um, if you was to pick 3 words to describe this past year, what 3 words would it be? Um, I'll start. I'll say emotional, um, resilient. You know, overcoming stuff. You have to be resilient and optimistic. That's how I would describe this year. Just thinking of all of the things that happened. Um, it was a very emotional, both good and bad. Resilient because I was able to overcome certain things and still try to be who I am and just be optimistic, just hoping for the better and believe that it's going to come. And so, yeah, those are 3 words that I can pick out that describe the past year. What about you, Gio?
I chose blessed, introspective, and fast. Blessed because I've had a lot of great fortune in my life. Like I've been in situations just to keep it 100. Like I didn't know where my next whatever was going to come from, and you know, God, the Lord, whoever, whatever higher power you serve, always finds a way. And I've just been blessed. I don't know what it is. I'm not even a churchgoer, but I've been blessed, and so I'm in somebody's favor. Somebody's praying for me, and I appreciate you very much.
Absolutely.
Introspective because a lot of things happened this year, obviously with the pandemic, obviously with people passing away, and all that kind of makes you reevaluate, your priorities and what you want to do. And like, my most recent close friend who passed away, it made me think about my health. Like, and that's why I've been on this whole health kick. I was like, man, the most valuable thing we have is time. And we only get one body. I heard this, somebody said, people think that like you get like cars, like when it gets a certain age, you trade it in and get a new one. Your body's not that way. You only get one. You have to continuously maintain it. So I was like, I have the time, I have the energy. Why am I not making this a priority? So I changed that for me. And so I'm definitely more serious about it as I've ever been. And Yeah, fast, just because time is just going by fast, man. We're at the end of another year. Like, it's
Absolutely.
crazy. This year went by so fast. Like, it's just crazy, man. But those are my three. Shay, what you got?
Mine would be protect, strength, and courage. Protection because God protected me. I can't tell you how many times I drove to and I fell asleep and I woke up and didn't know where I was at or I was discombobulated. I remember driving down here and I swear I had to be 5 inches away from hitting the back of a car because I had fallen asleep. So protection for one, protecting my son. You know, he could have been in that school. He could have been a part of that shooting, but he wasn't. Protection, courage to step into again faith and believe that I was able to do the job, and strength to endure all of the hurdles that was thrown in front of me, all of the naysayers and the discouraging things that I heard that was said about me, that I still was able to have the strength to keep moving. So,
Absolutely.
my year was full of good things, and I'm not going to say bad things. God put things in my way to let me know, to let me know that He was going to move them. That I didn't have to move them. My favorite prayer or saying is in the footprint when they say, you only saw one footprint. That's when He carried you. That was the most amazing part because I knew throughout all of this, I was being carried, and it wasn't just me driving. It was one footprint, and that was Him carrying me through every situation. So I appreciate all of it.
Absolutely.
Amen.
That's awesome.
Okay, so for me, um, favored, I definitely feel like I'm favored through everything that I've been through. I even contracted COVID this year, and it was nice where I felt like I was not going to make it. I was in Miami when I got sick, and it was terrible. It was a terrible experience. And then quarantining by myself, just not having a spouse. It was one of those moments where I felt like I got to get a husband. This is crazy. Like it was nice. I didn't think I was gonna make it. I had nobody to take care of me. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to be by myself. It was a lot. Um, Opportunity this year was a year of opportunity. I I just decided to make the switch from health information management to IT maybe like 4 to 5 years ago. And I've been really, really diligent about studying for certifications and things like that. And through this pandemic, although for some people it's been really rough, it was a blessing in many ways for me. I was able to study without feeling like I was distracted. I was able to pass certifications. Some of the certifications was like 60%. Some people don't pass it the first time. 60% of the people, and I passed them the first time. So I, it's just been favorite opportunity, and like you say, Shay, protection. I just feel like it's been a lot. It's been a lot of people lost their lives, but I am still here, and I'm grateful. I mean, people
Amen.
are passing away every day, so I'm just grateful that I was covered throughout this year and throughout my entire life. I'm very grateful.
Amen. All right. So looking in the comments, Pete said history is creative, motivated, and influential, which are his three things. He said he did not consider himself. He said if you asked him in 2019, he was in a very, very stale environment, doing the same thing over, and over. That's good, man. That you realize that the situation or environment wasn't right for you, and that you
Yeah,
changed that.
that's
That's important.
important. Way
That's
to go.
important.
Yeah.
So it's getting close to the end of the show. Is there any last nuggets that you want to anybody want to drop, or any last words before we go into the new year? I'll start and just say, be the best person you can be. Be authentically yourself. Surround yourself with positive people. You know, people can be energy suckers. They can drain your energy, and it can be family members, it can be friends. Sometimes you got to cut and let people go. It's okay to
Amen.
love people from afar, and just remember to surround yourself with like-minded individuals, and that's one thing that I'm taking into 2022 is to surround myself with like-minded individuals, because not everybody is on the same path as you. So that's my Geo.
Love it.
Any words? Any
I don't
last
really
words?
have one.
You know?
Honestly, you said a lot with that one, but just you can do anything you want to. Just takes time and consistency. That's it. Chase your dreams.
I like
Amen.
that. Amen. The beautiful ladies, y'all got something?
I would say just live in love. Um, I just try not to take things too personal. That's a goal of mine. I think when you have a big heart and you love hard, you just, you want to see the people that you love um, live to their best potential. And when they're not, sometimes you feel a little bit disappointed and things like that. So I'm just going to stop. Just worry about myself. Yeah. But I just we want to bring everybody, I just we want everybody to live good and, have opportunities and be blessed to do things that they didn't think they could afford or to do. And I get caught up in that sometime, but I think the next year I'm going to worry about myself. I'll save a
Nice.
lot of money that way too.
Right.
Treat yourself. Yeah.
I sent out I posted on Facebook like a couple of days ago that I wanted God to give me peace in my mind, because I had become so consumed in other people's issues and they woes in life that it began to wake me up and disturb my peace. And I asked God to allow me to not have a heart where I'm constantly worried about people. Like, even family. Family is probably one of the worst people that will drive you into your grave,
Mhm.
because they will have you so consumed in their nonsense and their mess that you find yourself worried and trying to figure out issues that they don't even care about. So my thing for this year is truly to focus on me, my health, my growth, my relationship with God, finding me a church home that I'm
Yeah.
consistent with, that I'm going to, that I'm tithing, that I am giving back to the man who created me and who has shown me over and over again that he will never leave me or forsake me.
Okay.
So, whoever your higher power is, I can't tell you who it is, but for me, I have been beyond blessed, like Gio said. It's so many blessings. It would take me a week to talk about them. But for everybody who is worried about where their next meal go come, Gio is an example. He's debt free. Whether or not they gonna have a car or a house. Me, I filed bankruptcy. It's people all over the world that still can be successful. Don't let one situation determine your future. You
Yeah.
are the only person that can block your success.
Amen.
So live not just for 2022, but live for whatever you want to live. Do whatever you want to do, and be happy, confident that you will succeed and be prosperous at the end.
Amen.
Love it.
All right. And the
So
church
we
said, "Amen."
Right.
Shay, I'm with you. I'm with you. Next year, we're going to be concerned, but we're not going to be consumed.
Ooh, that's a good one,
Right?
y'all. That's what's up.
There you
What
go.
I'm
I'm
the same way, always trying to save everybody.
I promise I'm done with it. I'm leaving it
Yeah.
in
Amen.
2021 because I find myself so lost that I can't be focused because I'm worried about everybody else and I can't do it no more.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this concludes the end of our show. I greatly, greatly appreciate all of the viewers, Facebook, YouTube. I thank you. I thank you. I really appreciate. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Bearded Man Chronicles is the YouTube channel. I'm still growing the platform. My panel, Geo, Sheena, Shay. I have to thank you guys. I appreciate you
Love
guys.
you.
I love you guys. And
Happy New
Happy New
Year!
Year. Happy
Oh,
New
Happy
Year.
New Year. I love
Happy
you
New Year
guys.
from our home to you guys' home. We appreciate you guys for taking the time and watching this.
Absolutely. Thanks for hanging
So,
out with us,
thank you,
guys.
thank
Have
you.
a
I'll
great
see.
night.
Wow, this sounds weird.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you guys next year.
Right?
Right?
All right. Happy New
Take
Year,
care.
Monty. Thank you, everybody who
Bye,
came in.
Monty.
Bye, man.
Bye,
All right, Matt,
guys.
Pete.
Bye,
Have a
Pete.
good one.
Back.
All righty.
Peace.
Good
Young
night.
Peace
Wolf.
out.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night, guys.